Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Yeah, okay. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're playing Tabs, which is short for Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. This is a game I personally really enjoyed. If you can see on the bottom, it's a battle simulator, so I can make this guy and this guy go fight each other. Yeah, I can do that with like anything. I can do it with this guy and this guy. Yeah, and there's like a bunch of units. I kind of want to showcase them. So, for the basics, this is a wobbler. This is basically just like your normal person. I don't know, man. They'll just go like, wow. They'll go punch each other. This is basically just a base unit. Don't need to worry about them. I'm also probably going to create like categories for units, so like what this unit does best, we'll split it into like, I don't know, like 6 different categories. And I'll go put that in the description. So, I'm going to only talk about one faction since there's like 14. And each one has like 7 units, so quick maths, that's a lot. 98 around units. So let's just start easy with, oh no, actually 7 more units. Let's start easy. This is the first unit. This is the clubber from the tribal faction. So the first 7 units are going to be tribal. So this guy, you know, he has a club. As you can imagine, he's pretty good at going bonk with that club. And, you know, he can actually do a decent bit of damage with it. If you get a bunch of these guys, they can do a whole bunch of damage. But, they're only working with one. So, if we were to put this guy up against a wobbler, he'd go down. As you can see, the wobbler's like almost already dead. Okay, that was way closer than it needed to be, but you get the point. This guy can beat this guy. Clubbers are pretty good meat shields. They're pretty cheap, they do a decent amount of damage, and they're not too easy to kill. So yeah, this is like, let's say a baseline unit. If I were to give this unit a rating for like cost, damage, and just like efficiency, generally, I'd probably give this like 6 out of 10. There's definitely better options, but not the worst. The next unit inside the tribal faction is the Protector. So this guy holds a shield. Good for him. There's a little hole in the shield, a little poking hole. This guy's whole thing is that he just rams people with his shield. He's really hard to hit because of his shield. And he's actually even better at being a meat shield, but he is $10 more, so damn it. That didn't happen, okay? Now this is what a fight between these two would look like. A fight between these two would look like. Come on, man, you can do it. Come on. No. Yes! Alright, this guy won. First shot. Yeah, you get it. This guy actually, so like if we were to get an archer here, you can just block stuff with a shield. Just look at that, man. It's right in there, but it's like, it's not right in here. Revolutionary. So, that's the rating, probably same as Clobber, 6 out of 10. It's definitely better than the Clobber. But that's not really too much. You can still make like a massive wall. And if we were to put an army of these guys against an army of those guys, something would happen. I'm actually kind of curious. It's 19 on 20. Alright. Wait, the Clubbers might actually win this. The Clubbers won! Oh god. Oh my god. Look at how this guy died. Jeez. They just made like a tower on him. And then this guy. If I were to take an educated guess, this guy probably just got hit in the back of the neck. And then, yeah, it's basically just a lot of dead guys. The next unit we have is the first ranged unit, spear throwers. Guess, I'm gonna give you 5 guesses. Guess what they do with their spear. If you said throw them, you're one of the greatest minds of this generation. You actually got it correct. I don't even know how you did that, but it's almost like it says. It's almost like it says spear or something like that. So, as you could probably guess, if we were to put this guy against a protector, the protector would block it. That's kind of a big oversight. However, the nice thing about these guys is that their spears actually do a lot of damage. So if we were to put this against a Clubber, which can't defend, damage. Wow, look at that. Oh my god. Damn, bro, I'd be having the exact same reaction if it hit me there. Don't aim there. Oh, jeez. Yeah. So, these guys, they're kind of too expensive to be meat shields. They're more like backliners, and they are actually really good at attacking. Like, just one target. I mean, look, it's only $2,400. That's like probably like a small army against, like, let's just do equal. Yeah, 20 on 20. Alright, one guy's already down. I'm gonna be honest, I think this is a lost cause. Let's just try that. You know what, let's make it Clubbers instead. It's gonna look cool, trust me. Wow! Look! Okay, you get it. Spirit throwers are actually pretty good. They do a lot of damage towards one target. Yeah, not much more to say about these guys. I mean, they throw spears. For rating, so probably like a 7 out of 10. They can be really good, but for a normal army, they're not. Specifically because of their damage output, though. The next unit is the stone. Stoners are, guess what they do? They throw rocks. Yeah, they can throw actually really big rocks. Stoners are basically spear throwers that do more damage but have a longer recoil time. So if we were to do this, oh, they both miss. They're both bots. Let's see who reloads first. The spear thrower. And that won them the match. As you can see, that guy doesn't have a heart anymore. And more importantly, he doesn't have a stone. Actually, can we get that in slow mo? Oh my god, I think. That's whatever. I wanna get this on slow. Ruh-roh. Yeah, no, buddy, you ain't taking that one out. I know you're trying to take it out, but like, yeah. Back to the stoners. These guys are pretty much immune to the whole wall thing because big rock crushes stuff. So like, yeah, a spike's not getting through a wall. But a rock definitely can get through a wall. A rock definitely can. So stoners are definitely suboptimal. Probably mostly because, I mean, damn, never mind. That was actually really good. The main reason these guys aren't good though is because there's so many things that do what they do, but just 1,000 times better, 1,000,000 times better, or like way cheaper. So I'd probably have to give these guys like a 5 out of 10. They're good at what they do, but like they're not great at what they do. The next unit is the Bone Mage. I think this is probably the most interesting unit in the tribal faction. He's pretty cool. So he looks like this. Now what he does is he spawns spikes, just like the spear thrower and like the ranged one. Except we already know that doesn't work against the protector because it just will hit his shield. So what does this guy do? He just shoots spike under him. He just does under spikes. And clearly that works really well since they have so much AoE and do so much damage, bro. Like, bro, this is actually kind of crazy. Look at this, 10 protectors. No. Of course, the bad thing is that they have like the craziest realism ever. However, oh god, that. Ooh. However, if we just added a few more, that's not a problem. Oh my god. Wait. I want to try something. Let's just do this. And, alright, so, this is our protector. He's really good at protecting stuff. Oh no. Look how many spikes that is. Wait. Hold on. I'll just get like a bunch of protectors. Alright. So yeah, this guy, bunch of damage, just has a really slow reload time, and pretty much nothing can dodge it. Pretty much nothing. I'd have to give this guy probably solid 8. he costs too much. I mean, he only costs 300, so like he's definitely worth his money. Probably worth the most, probably the best priced one in this entire list. He's really good, but like, you know, he against the other factions, his damage is a little too low. But for the tribal faction, he has crazy damage. So I'll give this guy an 8. Because he's just optimal in pretty much every situation except for long range situations because he kind of has a short range. Yeah, kind of a major oversight. If you just have a few too many spear throwers on one team, they all die. Yeah, 8 out of 10 seems good. Next up is the chieftain. The chieftain's basically just a better version of the clubber. If you could watch, it's basically the stoner and clubber combined. So if you go against a shielder, well, you kill them anyways, but these hammers can kind of bypass the shield, which is why he's kind of like the stoner, and he bongs people. Now, the cool thing about this guy is his damage. This guy can do a ton of damage. Like can one-shot anything else on this list so far. Type of damage. Except for like another chieftain. We were putting up against a bone mage can one-shot him, but he can definitely one-shot a bone mage. As for a spear thrower, nope. Bonk. And as for a stoner, okay, wait. As for like a stoner, but in like a close range situation, yeah. See, that happened on the first try. See. Now the only thing you really can't one-shot is another chieftain. Oh, never mind. He can definitely one-shot another chieftain. So, obviously, since he has 2 hammers, that means he can do his attack twice for double damage, which is absolutely insane. This guy's the strongest unit on the list so far. This guy, however, on other terms, is kind of bad. So, yes, he can one-shot a lot of early units, but he can only really do it one at a time. So if we get 7 of these guys, you know, he can only knock out. Damn, he just kind of went on a frenzy. Never mind. Yeah, alright, let me clarify. This guy has a big weakness. Just spreading out ranged enemies. This guy is screwed. You just literally just spread out your ranged enemies. This guy can't do anything. And guess what you're going to do with literally every single one of your ranged enemies? Yes, you're going to spread them out. This guy is really not good because he has a massive count. Against like meat shields, he's whatever, I guess. You really want like an explosive force for these meat shields, so this guy doesn't really do that too well. He kind of grouped them together, but other than that, he kind of on one-on-ones he's good, but in an actual battle, I'm gonna have to give this guy like a 6 out of 10. He's a little too expensive for what you're getting. And the last unit. The last unit in every faction is always like the big boss. In this case, coming out in 2,200. For reference, that is over 5 times the chieftain's value. We have the mammoth. This guy's ugly. That's basically the only way. Here's a bunch of these guys. I wonder what's gonna happen. Oops! So this guy can rush you, and all of his stomps do damage as well. Look at that. He can just ram into you at like light speed, and you can't do anything about it. On top of this, this guy's mega tanky. So like he can just walk on you, you take damage, and there's like nothing you can do back. Even if we were to get 6 of these guys, it's still, oh wait. Damn, maybe the chieftains might actually win. Never mind. Even if we get 6 of these guys, which is more expensive than the mammoth still pays off. The mammoth is pretty much expensive. The mammoth really doesn't have too many weaknesses, because for a front line, the problem with the chieftain is that I can't really get through it, or just die to it. This guy, well, he can definitely get through the front line. It's very easily. So if we were to have like a bunch of shielders and we want to protect this spear thrower, he's going to get to the spear thrower. So he's really good at breaking front lines. As for weaknesses, the only real weakness I can come up for this guy is anything that can do his job better. So anything that has more health than him and does more damage than him can just obliterate him very easily. Of course, the other one is just spreading out your ranged units even more, and also kind of like getting some meat shields around here. This should kind of screw him up a little bit. But once again, he's just so tanky. It really doesn't matter in most situations. In this situation, he's probably gonna lose just because he kind of got stuck on the other ones. But yeah, against the rest of the tribal faction, this guy is just such a cheap, easy victory. And then there's the final way to kill him. Alright, so now that we have a very balanced amount of stone rangers. Oh my god, look at that, he died! Guys, I wonder how he died. Guys, there could be any, it could be, yeah. So other than, of course, just cheating, the way that you're actually going to want to deal with this guy is just get as many spear throwers as you can. Or stoners. Stoners actually work even better, because they'll do more damage. So if you just go, as you can see, he's already almost dead, and he's dead. Of course, that is slightly more expensive than him, so if we balance out the price, so the stoners are a little more expensive. So now that this price is fair, who wins? The mammoth, because we didn't spread these guys out. But you get the point. Mammoth is up here. That's the tribal faction. So in front of every other tribe, faction, this faction actually does seem to hold up when it's the only faction that you know about. But like, once you start to really know what's in the other factions, it becomes painfully obvious that the tribal faction just doesn't hold up. And don't get me wrong, the tribal faction is definitely powerful, but I don't think it's ever going to be enough I think that out of all these units, the ones that's the most useful is probably either the mammoth or the spear thrower. Because the mammoth is probably one of the more special units in the game, because you can't really get anything that is tanky that can just rush through an entire army that isn't like affordable. And the spear thrower is just like one of the better rangers in the game. But because pretty much anything else can outdo it, we're gonna give this faction a rating of 4 out of 10. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna make a new video talking about the next faction, which is the farmer faction. You know, you can expect 7 units ranging from the Hobbit into the Scarecrow. He's scary. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, the farmer faction is not that interesting. Medieval is way more interesting. But with that is the tribal faction. Check the description for the rankings and all that. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.